Hello, happy Thursday. Thursday is the day ruled by Jupiter, and I am full on in my work day, my healing day with my clients, and I'm like quick and dirty in between two sessions right now. But I wanted to share because I didn't come on yesterday at all and talk about some ascension symptoms that you may be experiencing. Hello, beautiful Sister Jen. So the things that are going on right now, because we're coming into Lionsgate, and my beautiful sister Lisa said she was going to make a post about this, that there is a square being created with Uranus and Taurus, and this energy is pretty intense in the body. But the ascension symptoms can cause exhaustion, can cause body aches and pain as anything vibrates out of your reality, even your physical reality. And so I have different ways, and please DM me if you're interested, because I had posted a whole series of like how to help the body maintain a higher frequency and their detox practices. Like dry brushing and drinking Soleil. Hello, beautiful sister Samantha. And so I have those practices, and I can definitely teach those again. If you would like that, let me know, because I'll just create a series of live videos again, so that way there can be a Q&A if you have any questions. But I had those posted on my account before my account was hijacked in 2019. And I had to rebuild, and so I lost literally like 10 years of intellectual property and pictures and everything. But anyway, I was allowed to rebirth and start fresh. But anyhow, I think that those are invaluable videos because I used to teach those things to my patients. They are practices that you can do free to keep yourself out of the doctor's office. But it also is especially key right now to help your body hold a higher frequency, a higher vibration, so it won't affect you physically so harshly. So my Ascended Masters that showed up today are Ganesh. Ganesha has always been equated to the Lord of Abundance, right? That everything is a yes. He's like the Midas touch. He gifts it all, grace, whatever, abundance in every way. But when he shows up for me, he actually represents the removing of obstacles. And I like that because I do feel like I'm hitting something right now that I need. Like if the key would just turn, the door would fly open. And I've been really feeling that impending energy that I'm just on the apex of something. And so for him to show up when I'm feeling that very much, like I'm being infiltrated too, like my energy has really been, my field, my energetic field has really been come into. So this, yeah, see, Samantha's feeling that too. So I love that he showed up today. And then Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel always shows up to tell me to shield myself and to clear my space. And there was a time when she literally showed up like 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, I saw that because we were talking about that. And so, oh, you did a live? Cool. So here, Archangel Jophiel talks about keeping clutter out of your energetic space too. So if you have clutter physically in your space, it's going to make you feel confused and cluttered in here, because our environments are a manifestation of our inner environment. And so she shows up for that. And my place really isn't cluttered, but look at that. So there you are, Samantha. Another reminder of your past guy. And they smell amazing. I wish you could smell those. So she, I know, wants me to clear my space energetically, which I will do again. And I will probably do a salt bath tonight. Not only my Luna floor, but also salt scrub. And then Manjushri showed up. So when Manjushri shows up, he's always talking about listening. And so listening is a huge part of our throat chakra health, because the listening is the feminine aspect of the speaking, right? So when we express ourselves and communicate, how we listen is also a part of how we communicate. Are you a good communicator? Because the better you listen, the better your response, not reaction, response. So really, the higher the consciousness, the better listener you are. So it's telling me to specifically listen today. So when that comes up, because I am a good listener, when that comes up, I know that there's going to be something very key that I'm going to need to repeat what it is that I've heard. And so I stay very alert. And so achievement, keep focused on your dream. And I'm not a planner, as I've talked before. I am unwaveringly present all the time. So what are my dreams, right? And so Neptune energy going in retrograde, this told me to stay focused on my dreams. And I was really feeling out of sorts this morning and not clear on why this showed up, right? So if you remember the second set of 3 cards, this is about my inner circle, my closest relationships, my family. And so I spoke to Lisa, and actually, you know, we take turns. It's never like I'll message first today, so she's gonna message first tomorrow. It's not like that. It's like whoever's up, however that works in the ether. And so I actually asked, please be the first to message today, because I just didn't feel in the place to create that communication first today. And when she messaged me and she said something, I responded, but it made me really emotional. So I had said something that was from a hurt place. Basically like saying, this card came up for me today, the lover and the beloved. But I know that the universe doesn't mean that as a partner, because like, I'm not gonna get that. Like saying like the universe is a bitch ass. So I'm obviously not gonna have that. And so she said, retract that right now, because that's a lie. So the best friendships will always hold you accountable for what you are creating, not only with your voice, but with your path. Are you staying in integrity? Are you expressing your highest path and purpose? Are you speaking from a place of consciousness, or are you speaking from a place that's hurt? And I love that about her, and that, you know, there's not many friends that do that for me, that will hold me accountable, and she does. So she's like, no, that's bullshit. That's a lie. So take that back. You are not saying that anymore, because that's not true. The universe would not do that to you. As much love as you have, the universe would not ever do that to you. And so I love that. And then right away it made me clear, like, so saying negative things are just as much considered planning your dreams as saying the good things. So when I say shit like, yeah, the universe isn't gonna give me a partner because every partner I've ever had has been taken. So my first boyfriend hung himself, and then my first husband was a cheating ass man. And then the partner I had between my first husband and second husband was murdered. And then my kid's dad, well, wasn't the greatest man. And so like since then everyone has ran. And so that's why I joke, you know, oh, I must be scary or whatever. But so this is me recreating that dream, because she said, you know, Neptune is listening, Saturn is listening, Venus is listening. How dare you say those things? Because they are eavesdropping on what you're creating. And I was like, oh my God, she's right. So keep focused on your dream. And so my dream is unity consciousness. That's dream number one, because in unity consciousness, we all get love. We all get love, right? But also, I deserve to have a physical manifestation of that love outside of myself. So, yes. So the answers you need are coming. And I hate this bitch ass card. I'm just going to be honest about that, because these are the kind of cards that I pull for the psychics that are in my healing space. Like, you already know what to do. The answers you need are coming. Like, there's nothing definitive about the card. It's just kind of like, you already know. Like, we ain't going to say shit because you know. And so I'm not going to go and like be a bitch ass myself and take the cards out of the deck. But when they come up, I'm like, whatever. So anyhow, you're not for everyone. And I love that this card showed up, because this like literally says, embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Now, my north node, which is your destiny in your chart, my north node is in Aquarius. You cannot get any more weirder than Aquarius energy. And so it was interesting, because I was like, I watch, and I had this conversation last night in meditation class. Lorena was there, where I was like, I watch Aquariuses really close, because I know I'm supposed to be moving into that energy, and they are awe-inspiring to me. But there's not a whole lot of Aquariuses that I share space with. So I need maybe to manifest more Aquariuses so they can teach me how to fly my weird flag, right? And see, there's Samantha Aquarius. And I had literally like 20 friend requests last night. And I was like, dang, what's up with all these friend requests? And I was like, nah, fake account. No. And because I made that post about Yeshua, like I'm getting a shit ton of like religious people that probably want to thrash me. And I'm like, no. And delete request. And then I saw this guy and he was very intriguing to me. And I was like, I bet you he's an Aquarius. And not everybody puts their birthday. I don't understand what the deal is with that, like transparency. Just put your damn birthday, because sometimes I decide if I'm going to accept your friend request on your birthday. So I looked and he was an Aquarius and I was like, hell yes, accept request. So hopefully I don't get any dick pics from that dude. Hopefully he really does show me like some really cool, weird shit. But anyway, so I'm not for everyone. So to radically accept who I am and not care what anybody thinks. And I think I'm pretty good at that. But what I found most key about this card is that it came up after that conversation that I had last night. And then I got that friend request. So I was like, okay, we'll talk about that. So I thought that was cool. Anyhow, the wise friend showed up for me today in my sacred geometry, and the wise friend showed up in the reverse. So if you can see the web of the sacred geometry that's actually behind the picture, what this actually talks about is the cohesiveness of everything that is. So all the elementals, nature, all of those things, how we create connection with them. But showing up in the reverse, it actually has very specific instructions to get into nature, that I need to do that because I'm feeling energetic overload, which is an absolute truth, which is probably why Jophiel showed up. So when this card showed up at the same exact time as her, I was like, that's why she showed up. So yes, I will take a salt bath tonight. And my son and I have been walking every single night around 11, 12, because that's when it's cool here in the desert. And he said, I think we should start walking barefoot. And I said, I think that's a good idea. So I'll be walking barefoot tonight, and I think that'll help with that. And then the blessed card showed up also in reverse. And I like this deck because when a card shows up in reverse in this deck, it's very specific instructions. So the specific instructions for this are that I need to do something different. And I don't know what that different thing is, so I will get that in meditation, because the different thing will probably help me in this aspect, listening to spirit, because obviously it's going to move me into something brand new, right? And so chrysocola showed up. And chrysocola, because I always speak my heart, I was like, okay, let me read into the extended meaning of this card, because now it showed up twice. Remember, it showed up the other day. And so I opened up the card and it talked specifically about a teacher needing to get wisdom, to speak the wisdom for the people listening. And I also talked about this last night. Like, how does spirit give me information? Because I don't think before I speak. And spirit will always tell me how to say it. So I speak differently when I have different clients in my living room. I'll speak differently to the gentleman that just left to the one that I'm going to talk to in 15 minutes. I will be speaking different to her, but it will still be Sherry. But spirit's going to talk through me in a way that she understands. And really, that's the whole idea of speaking tongues that you get in the Bible, that you are able to seamlessly communicate verbally with anyone. So that's the extended meaning of chrysocola and speaking in tongues. It's not the whole where you see the women like gyrating in church and la 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 la. That's not speaking in tongues, y'all. That is not. That is performance. That is ego. That is not elevated. Speaking in tongues is like if I was to travel to Africa and really be in that highest state of awareness and start speaking their native tongue. That's speaking in tongues. Speaking spirit in a way that the people that you're speaking to completely understand you. That is speaking in tongues. That's what the biblical term speaking in tongues means. It doesn't mean the la 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 like that's all. I'm sorry, but that's crass. And this is chrysocola. I like them because they look like tiny little globes, right? It's pretty. And this was a gift from beautiful Patty. She's on here. She's on the live. So I love that. Because the chrysocola that I was always showing you is like raw pieces. And it was showing up so much. Remember when I was pulling cards for the collective? And I was like, ugh. So I know Patty was like, I'm going to get her something pretty. And this really is pretty. I love this. So that, I believe, is the message for me. And so the lover and beloved card showed up. And this card specifically talked about, I give out so much love. Am I willing to also receive? And so I was like, yeah, I've become good at receiving. And it says, will you let yourself be loved? And I was like, yes. And then that's when I had that exchange with Lisa. I stopped reading, right? And then we had that exchange where she said, stop saying that. And I actually want to read what it said because I was like mind blown because this happened after that exchange where she told me, don't say that. Okay. Something, dang, it opened right to the page. So thank you, Spirit. Something has to change in your physical world. See, I even underlined it. Something has to change in your physical world. You are in need of more sustenance, more love, more connection, and more nourishment that touches your body and soul and brings them into deeper oneness with each other, with life, with love. Dare you open up and allow that love in? The great beloved has desired that this be so for you. Will you heed that holy desire? Will you allow love in? Say yes. So, y'all, that sounds like pretty clear that Lisa is a priestess and has manifested something for me by holding me accountable and telling me not to be a bitch ass and say things like that about myself. So, to be continued. And I will keep you posted. Like literally, y'all be the first to know. You know that's right. Anyhow, that's the spread for today. I love you all. Thank you. Oh, and I want to say the song that's playing because she's on Instagram and I'm friends with her. This is her album and this is so beautiful. Let me see if I can pull it up on the big screen. Jennifer Kinder. The song is Blue. This is her new album, and it sounds so like sensual and pretty. I love it. So, anyhow, thank you so much for spending your most valuable commodity with me, your time and your energy. I appreciate you so much. And I am sorry for any disharmony that I myself have caused. Please forgive me. Thank you for this opportunity. I love you. I love you.